Greetings, citizens. This is Practitioner from the Department of ShitThatGoesDown.com, and I got a little Maschine tutorial for you today. This is going to show you guys how to use Maschine to run any sound or loop into Ableton Live, even on separate tracks if you want to, and then use Ableton's effects on those tracks, run that sound back into Maschine for Machine's automation and its effects. So, here we go. I have Maschine loaded up onto my first MIDI track here, and I already made a little loop inside of Maschine, so when I hit play on this, Ableton's going to make Maschine start playing, and you're going to hear it from the MIDI track here. So right now this is going to the master track, and we don't want that. What we want to do is eventually route this through these tracks, and then it's going to come out of the master here. So hopefully you guys will learn a little something about routing if you don't know too much about it already. So I'm going to send this, change this to sends only. So you'll notice this is changed to blue. The audio has dropped out, and that's because there's no audio going anywhere. So where I'm going to go to this audio track, I'm going to change the audio from, pull the audio out of our first track, and then change this to in. And the audio is back. So I already threw an auto filter on this this track, just so you can kind of see where in the chain after Maschine you can use Ableton's effects. Actually, there's a lot of places you can do it, but you know, this is just a convenient one, and it's kind of dedicated like that. But I'm just going to turn that off. But so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run audio from this track back into Maschine, and I'll just use the first default channel here. That'll work fine. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my instance of Maschine, and remember, this is all just the Maschine that's running on this track, of course. So I have my little pattern, that loop you're hearing, playing on group A here. I like to have a separate group for all my effects so I can switch in between the pads and then change the effects on those different tracks independently. It's a good way for me to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my first module here, go to the input, and I'm going to turn that to 1, just like you changed that from this guy right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the output, and we're going to change that to 2. And I think you have to go 2 or higher because Maschine is actually running on 1. Machine's master channel always is. So unless you don't want a master channel for Maschine, you always have to change that to 2 or higher. So we're going to go to our third audio track. We're going to change this to Maschine once more. Go to here, and now we're going to change it to that second track from Maschine. Again, change our monitor to in. And you can hear the audio again. So I'm going to turn that up a little bit. And so the whole reason I'm doing this is because if I want to, I could have something like all my different elements of a drum kit being played out to different tracks inside Ableton, EQ all of those differently, bring them back together, and then affect the whole drum track with Maschine's automation after I've used Ableton's EQs or whatever effects I want to that stage. So I'm going to do something like we'll put a frequency shifter, something really easy to demonstrate, on the second module of our effects pad here. And I'm going to use Maschine's hardware for this, so you won't be able to see it, but I'm going to automate that loop after all those Ableton effects. Here we go. So you can see how that's pretty cool and kind of useful. So that's my tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy!